the energy levels are rising like this. It was whenever we had our program, very detailed, 2 hour kind of session, because you have a very planned and structured agenda. So whenever any session we had, I could see an increase, a step increase in my energy levels, my motivation.
Hi Mahesh. Uh,
I mean,
I'm so happy you took out the time, to do this. And you have been now. I think we have been working together for the last, I guess, 6 months.
6 months. Yeah, yeah.
6 months. Okay. And so, if you had to just tell me a little bit about yourself, how would you describe yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Mahesh Venugopal, and I'm currently based out of Bangalore. I live here with my family, wife and son. So largely, I have worked in the finance domain. Have around 20 years of work experience in finance and treasury. Have worked, across few organizations, across different industry sectors, and in multiple locations. So it's been a vast and quite, enlightening experiences. So with those experiences, however, there were some ups and downs, and that's how I decided that it's time to take more control over life and look at what more could be done, and that's how I got connected with you.
When you messaged me, you were literally the first client that I had who connected me through LinkedIn.
Okay, okay,
So there's a special place in my heart for you. So, I had just started posting things on LinkedIn and stuff like that. When you messaged me, that was like, amazing. I mean, it felt really nice. What was the post? What resonated with you? Why did you feel that you can reach out?
Yeah, actually, I really liked the way you kind of defined your program, and the title, the Soul Leadership Coach. Because my problems were largely little bit internal, right? I was feeling not that energized or that motivated, etc. So I knew that there's a bit of work that needs to be done internally, deep inside me. And I really like the way you have organized and structured your program. So that's how I thought, let me connect with you and understand that more, and so that I can work on myself.
With you, it was the Energize You program, which we finally chose. We discussed and we chose that program. How was the overall part of the, I mean, experience for you for Energize You?
Yeah, so very positive, very very impactful, and I could especially I could see at two levels. One is whenever we had our programs, so there was an increase, right? If the graph is, the energy levels are rising like this. It was whenever we had our program, very detailed, 2 hour kind of session, very full of lot of content and lot of ideas and practical tips and techniques. So whenever any session we had, I could see an increase, a step increase in my energy levels, my motivation, and it stayed as I practiced the things which are mentioned in the program. That rise in energy level and motivation level stayed. There was an increase, there was a continuous long term increase that I felt. And then throughout, as in multiple sessions, we tackled multiple areas of lives, right? So there was definitely, the overall experience was very rewarding, very fruitful, and kind of addressed lot of most of the kind of issues and concerns and worries that I was having inside my mind. So yes, I would say that it was quite enlightening, and it really made a difference to me.
You mentioned the 2 hour session, and there are so many people who they feel this is too excessive, 2.5 hours. We used to go because there was no time limit. Once you start, you're starting. You're wanting to,
Yes, yes.
So, did it get very intense for you sometimes, or you felt, no, this is I have to do it?
Yeah, so in the beginning, yes, because it was a start. So in the beginning, as so you would have seen, I was actually, in some sessions I was not able to digest 1 hour of content also. So I used to get little overwhelmed with the number of things that needs to be thought about, with which needs to be practiced, which needs to be absorbed, and all that. So that's why, so initially few sessions we did like with shorter duration, but later as I started practicing, my ability to understand and practice also improved. As part of those initial sessions itself, I could start doing more, right? So if I was doing X, I could start doing 2x 3x as we are a few months into the training. So that way I think then it was really right, because it because you have a very planned and structured agenda, and that was really that started to happen towards the later part of our program.
Yeah, there are some. So, and I want to ask you, there are so many. I think I have a storytelling way of doing things. We are like, it's a give and take. You will talk, I will talk.
Yes,
We exchange sort of things.
yes,
But there's a lot of stories which are happening, and there are a lot of techniques happening.
yes,
Which ones are you really like, which you really loved, and you said, okay, this is for me, and techniques also. Like,
yeah,
what are
yeah,
your
yeah.
takeaways?
Yeah. So in terms of, so coming to some of the techniques, I think there are very useful meditation techniques that was practiced. Especially it started with calming the mind, relaxing the mind, etc. So Shunyata meditation was very useful, very calming, something I practice in the mornings. That was good. And then breathing and pranayam techniques like anulom vilom and also kapalbhati really improved the way I breathe. My ability to concentrate, focus, all that improved. I could see that I am doing a lot of things which is actually not that productive, and which is actually reducing my mind space and my ability to do more. But when I started practicing these, my overall energy levels went up, and more positive thoughts were coming into my mind. And I was able to spend more time with my family. And at work also, whatever work I was doing, I was being more productive and efficient. So there was an overall improvement that I could see in myself when I started practicing this regularly. So these are very pretty useful. And then stories and analogies and anecdotes, like especially I remember there are times in our sessions that you would ask, what are your concerns, what areas you want to be addressed, or what are your worries, what you want to solve, etc., right? So I remember telling you, sometimes I am not able to absorb a lot, or take in lot of information, and process lot of information. I feel a little bit of a saturation there. And that is when you actually suggested me, you actually shown me this analogy of rotating the bangle, right? And if we rotate it very fast, nothing can go inside that, right? So you actually gave a live demonstration of a analogy, which shows the state of mind, right? If you're so much thinking continuously, with continuous thoughts, and occupied with hundreds of things in your mind, then the mind needs to be emptied. If the mind is already like full with thoughts, unless we clear all the things in the mind, it cannot take in more. So again, you showed, if the bangle rotates slowly, how it can take more things inside, etc. So I think that story was very interesting. And also things like, when I'm worried, what I should do, right? Like, you're given an example of a meditation technique, where you actually go from your house, you go through the garden, and you take a path towards the top of a hill. where you actually meditate and solve your own problems, right? There are multiple doors, etc. So those kind of visual imaginary techniques to actually cut you off from your, current cycle of worries, etc., and be in a peaceful environment and think peacefully and resolve those things, also was very helpful, which I practiced at many times. So I got a lot of practical, stories to look up to, practical ideas to practice. When there are certain things not going right, which kind of can again bring me back into the right track and into the right energy levels. So there are plenty of them. I just named a few, but there are many. I think your program is full of these ideas and techniques, so that it's very effective.
There is one thing which I value and I pride myself on. I don't want anyone who is coming to me, as a client with and wants their help and wants help. I don't want them to be dependent on me. I don't want that person to, always come and okay, I need this, I need that. That's why I want everyone to become very independent thinkers and, start achieving greatness in their own life and in their own way.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, people tell me it is very bad business sense because once a client and then they are like sorted. They are like, so you all are soul leaders. You
Yes,
know
yes.
what now you know how to find your own answers. So, what you were 6 months back, how equipped do you think you are to handle everything now?
So I think very well equipped, very well equipped. That's what I could see also in the in the last couple of later part of the 6 month program, because there were few ups and downs. There were few, issues that pops up or some thoughts. We did many techniques to clean up our mind, like cleaning the collection point, where a lot of worries and negative thoughts might come in. How we should actually clean that up and free up our mind, etc. So I think I'm pretty well equipped, and I did start practicing things like journaling, which I was not at all into before. I used to do my to-do list. I mean, the writing that I used to do was only to-do list, which is very task oriented. But journaling is about what you are experiencing, what you want to do, what are your priorities, and lot of those things. So I have written easily, though I did not do as much as I could do, but I have still written like half a notebook of content, and etc. Which I look back to, which I actually go and read, etc. And I'm building on that. So there are plenty of things I feel I'm equipped with. Of course, you have been very forthcoming in terms of if there are anything which I still get into, which I'm not able to tackle or something, I can reach out and I can we can work out something. But largely 6 months is such a, is a right duration, and we have addressed so many day-to-day issues, day-to-day things that happen to a person. It's not like one-off thing that happens in life or something, but day-to-day issues that keeps happening. So and how to address those issues. So I feel quite well equipped, quite well equipped. And during this last couple of months also, when I had certain things to tackle or to address, you would have seen that I had, in our upcoming call, I would have told you that this was happening and I did this, and hence that got addressed, and then I was okay. So it is, I think, quite well equipped, I feel, with the current way of life that I am dealing. Though I it has already got improved also. The lifestyle has got improved, and everything has got improved. So quite well equipped and well addressed, I would say.
And I like the fact that, when so I push the person because I know what they can achieve,
Yes.
and you took it really well.
Yeah.
That is one thing, hats off to you. I would, you were always analyzing. I like that about you. You had this ability. If you're saying something, okay, let me analyze in my mind. What is it? How is it? And you would actually come up with your own solutions also. You said, no, I will do this. Okay,
yes,
like remember we discussed the koshas, and you
yeah,
said,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I want to out of this, this is how I will do it. This
yeah,
is how,
yeah,
and so the answers were coming from you.
yes,
And
yes,
you actually, what I loved about it was you came up with solutions based on your life, your lifestyle, based on
yeah,
your ideologies, your parents, your in-laws, your surroundings. And you came up with such a lot of content. And that was very rewarding for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
See, I didn't want to put, with the koshas, you know how it is. We don't put
yes,
anything which is difficult for you to maintain.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Has to be sustainable.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
for
yes,
sustainability, it has to cover your current areas, your current
yeah,
lifestyle,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and the best possible outcome of your current lifestyle.
yeah,
So although we came only for Energize, but I think we discussed, your profession. We discussed family, and there were
yeah.
so many things which actually got cleared.
Yeah, 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 yes, yes, very much, very much. I think many areas of life, I
Yeah.
fully, many areas which even I did not think at the beginning that we will be discussing, but many things got discussed because I think, as you said, you encouraged and you are very always open to me being discussing anything about what I am going through. You are very open. It was not like these are the areas we should discuss or focus upon. These areas is not part of the program or something. Largely you covered, I mean, anything that I will come up with in terms of what's going on in my life, or what's happening. You are open to discuss, and you're open to also suggest solutions. That's what I was like, quite see, I once I remember telling you that sometimes I I have an issue with socializing, to a certain level, right? I'm not saying that I would, but to a certain higher level. But to that also you had a ready-made answer on how you should go about doing that, etc., and all that. So any worry or any concern or any issue that I brought up, I was surprised. Even I discussed my sleep issues, right? And then you suggested a remedy, very ancient remedy to how you could calm your mind, etc. So I think there are plenty of them, and I'm very thankful that you're open to listen to any of those, right? Because it is a very wide scope. Because someone being able to talk freely about any aspect of his life, be it professional, family, health related issues, quite a lot of health related issues. And I was really one of the biggest, I would say, specific and very factful, measurable, benefit of this program was that I was able to reduce my medications also, which I was having for like last 7 8 years. So that also was, very useful, etc. And yeah, so really, very thankful for your openness to all those areas. It shows that you have a vast, very, your program is very vast in terms of its coverage, right? Coverage of different types of areas.
And we never detracted from anything. That's why that 2 hours is there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's structured in a manner that what is coming up, and yes, what all is the program meant to achieve. So everything, it kind of gets covered. And
yeah,
see, my goal always has been, my focus, that your quality of life has to go up. So it cannot just be one area of your life.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Has to have, an overall quality of life, overall way that you're thinking. you
yeah,
know so how I always ask you, every time, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. So now, initially when you said, no, that I'm not happy, there were certain areas, so now if you had to kind of measure yourself, scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how happy are you now?
Uh, yeah, I think the the inner feeling of well-being and positivity is quite high. So I would say, uh, of course, there are certain things which I have in terms of goals, and also I need to do that also. So just keeping in mind, I would say, it's around. I would say it's 8.5 out of 10 is where I would say.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's
Yes.
such an improvement.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
And I'm also seeing you smile a lot now. You
Yes. Yes.
smile,
Yes.
earlier you were like very serious and very,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah, and yeah,
Yes.
so now there's a lot of energy happening. I can actually see that
Yes.
energy with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that is amazing. And I wanted to overall also feel that how do you think that I handled things? Like, because you were throwing a lot of stuff at me.
Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
feel about my own experience? Because I would like to get some feedback about myself. Like,
Sure. Sure.
do you think I could handle everything that was coming from you, and how
Sure.
did you feel about that? And even leadership, because we spoke about leadership as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. 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 So, in I mean, I would really say it couldn't be better. I mean, for me, it was, uh, very engaging, very structured, systematic, disciplined. The way you organize your calendars, your timing of sessions, very accommodative. I remember in the initial few initial period, I had to reschedule several times, right, with a person who is as busy as you are, doing a lot of other work in your area. I mean, you accommodated those requests, and you really brought me into the program in a very beautiful way, so that I could benefit from it. High level of ownership in terms of how you should really tackle your clients' problems, and very. I mean, I really, I really don't know what all to say, but really, it's very encouraging to see the way you will selflessly come out to actually, even. I might have this problem, that problem, and all that, but still you accommodating, being empathetic about those issues. uh, so it was pretty good, and as we earlier also discussed, most of the tips or most of the techniques and ideas are something which a person could practice, and even if he has some challenges. And one thing which I really want to highlight is many things that you suggested and recommended. You would recommend 1 2 3 up to 10. Let's say by the few 10 ideas have come out, 10 solutions have come out, I might be at 1 2 3. So you would also check, out of 10, how many of those I have done. And in during our calls itself, some of the things we did, which I was supposed to do as a homework, but since it has not happened during our call itself, we will take that 3 out of 10 to 6 out of 10 and all that. So it was very practical, and it was very result oriented, goal oriented. Yes, we have to move, and we have to move towards that goal, and we have to make the progress. So that this thing was there. And once, I start practicing those things, it once many of those things become an habit, it stays with me, right? It stays with me, and then it is up to me to continue to practice and all that. But it was very, the program was very well handled. I really feel that, it was very successful from my point of view. Maybe there were, you might be able to say that there are 20 25 things more that you had probably in your mind, which I could have done, etc. Maybe there are plenty, because I'm sure we were never short of any of these things to do. So maybe I'm sure that there are many other things also which you would have. But it was but for me it was very fulfilling. I would really say that it was a very fulfilling experience, really valuable time which I spent on all these areas. So it was really really an amazing experience.
I also want to mention here about soul leadership, the framework. If you remember, we also discussed the framework, which was
Yes,
so the center, so those four circles. So
yes,
the
yes,
inner one is awakening, the second is healing, then
yes,
you
yes.
have amplifying, and the last is where you are empowering.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what level of healing do you feel, awakening and healing, did you feel that happened inside you?
Yeah, yeah. Awakening definitely very much, you know, very much felt and happened. Healing also very much, really, there are a lot of, there are a lot of, there are certain past related issues. There are things which we carry in our mind. One of the things that we practice, which really comes to my mind, is soul to soul connecting, right? It's about soul and not see we, like I, at my age, I might have gone to so many places, interacted with so many people, interacted with so many other beautiful souls, I would say, right? So some might not be out, some might be out of reach, out of touch. There might be certain things where a person has to forgive me, or I have to forgive the person. And we have to make peace with those certain things which in the past, instead of carrying in our mind. So soul to soul connection and forgiveness, really, the kind of tensions we carry because of some small things, or whatever, big or small, whatever it is, certain, the thoughts make it really concerning. So practicing that soul to soul connect, and and forgiving, and thinking that okay, we have forgiven each other, is was very, again, each of these things that we practice adds up, right? Everything adds up in to our well-being. So I did feel all of these, several circles of soul leadership, and this thing empowering. I do feel empowered, much more empowered, but also, I also practiced empowering, let's say, within my family, I did. But yeah, but I think more and more I feel empowered, I will also be able to empower others. So I think I did experience all of those, and the inner circles where more focus was, but the outer circles also I felt and experienced.
And now you're not just seeking energy from others, you have become so empowered that you are able to give energy to people around you. And the quality of life is not just changed for you, but for the people around you. Can you now feel that, even if you are meeting people, you're not taking anything from them, you're just giving, you're in a sharing mode, you're able
Yes.
to give more of your time, your knowledge, your
Yeah.
experiences. Can you feel that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That is definitely a game changer. That's really a game changer, and a life-changing experience. And yes, I definitely am feeling that.
Wow. And do you feel that this program should have been longer or shorter, or how is it?
I think it's I could see when I was going through the program, the amount of thinking and planning that has gone into building this program. So I think it was really the right amount of time. It's really the right amount of time, uh, and uh, and you're very clear that this is the amount of time that needs to be invested. I mean, invest this much amount of time so that it can make a difference. So I think a very right amount of time. I did not feel that it was longer or shorter also. It was really right to discuss numerous things that needs to be discussed, and develop habits, etc.
So I have this one thing which I tell people, people are, so when you're living your life, you're like, your graph is just going normal. This is what you're doing. Yeah, there will be certain heights. But when you actually start changing your entire perspective, your growth starts like, which is going normal. Now it's like taken up,
Yes, yes, yes.
and that is where the change will happen.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Do you
yeah.
feel that now you are thinking differently?
Yes, 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 yes,
There's
yes,
more of a success thing that are happening.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
much.
So,
Yes.
and how do you feel that who all do you want to recommend this program to?
So I would definitely recommend it to my family members, uh, and other friends and colleagues who are there. So these are some of the initial people with whom I am connected more, whom I would like to recommend, and who can definitely, whatever level of life, or level of thinking, or busyness, or anything they are in, but there is, from the level they are, there are several things that they can learn, new things,
Yeah.
which can take them to a much higher level. So these are the people I'm looking to recommend in the coming days.
No, and also like for people, who are, I think, business owners or professionals, at a good level where they are, but there's so much they are carrying around with them, that burden, that,
Yeah.
there's so much stress which is carrying. So you think that this program can really be the solution for all that?
Yes, yes, very much, very much, because these are a lot of things. What I learned here is that we can tackle it internally, through our mind, through our soul. There is so much. We might be thinking that that should happen there, that should happen there, that should change, this should change. 100 things around me should change, but that itself is not the right approach. If there are so many things which we can change within ourselves, and which is under our control, which we should focus upon, and which, when we focus, we will see the transformation. So yes, definitely, for professionals who are involved in a lot of things, and doing, doing, handling very large responsibilities, etc. They can really, put to practice a lot of these learnings from this program.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you. And I'm just, I have this when I see, like now you're glowing. You're literally
Yes,
glowing,
yes,
by
yes,
the
yes,
way.
yes, 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 yes,
So,
yes,
there's a sense of pride which I feel, like now you
yes, yes.
are one of the Sarvasya family.
Yes, yes. Thanks a lot to you, Vin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, I have not uh, seen that for such a a period, that any concern or any question I brought up, anything, any doubts or any question marks I had in her mind, was so well absorbed, taken into, and responses were given, and solutions were given. It was very, very engaging, really.
Yeah. And the meaning of Sarvasya, by the way, is super soul, which is permeated everywhere. That is the super soul. It
Wow,
is energized.
wow,
So
amazing.
it's from the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay,
Okay, so now you know that if you are operating from a super soul level, how
yeah, yeah,
what your life can be,
yes, 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 yes,
So
yes,
that
yes,
I think so. This is the total Sarvasya. So now you know the whole meaning behind it and the entire
yeah,
concept behind
yes,
it.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and so now I really wish Sarvasya for you too, and
Sure,
you
sure.
are just keep glowing,
Yeah,
just keep growing,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and I'm always going to be just a phone call away.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure,
I am
sure.
definitely, and you know that. I mean, for everyone who has ever been part of Sarvasya, I am always going to be available.
yeah,
And this is how, we and just spread love and cheer in the whole,
yeah, 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 yeah.
your family, your friend circle,
Yes, yes,
your profession. Just
yes, yes.
just be the best person that you can be, and change will start happening around you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lots of best wishes to you, Mahesh. Best of
Thank you.
luck, and yeah, a lot and lot of love.
Sure, sure. Thank you very much, Vin, and for being so impactful and so nice and welcoming and accommodating uh, uh, to me throughout this journey, and really, thanks a lot. I mean, I can only say I'm really indebted to you, and really, thanks a lot for everything you have given me.
Thank you so much. So on this note, we are going to end it. And Sukhi Parivar, how we say, like hug everyone around you, your family. So Sukhi Parivar to you. You take
Thank
care.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Take care. Thank you.